While ripping apart freedom-hating Terminids and Automatons in Helldivers 2 is fun with a squad, there may be times when you decide to spread democracy on your own. So, if your friends are busy, or you work for IGN and thus never had friends to begin with, we've put together this list of tips to help you stay alive on your own against humanity's enemies. Sometimes you're by yourself purely by chance, but if you want to ensure that no one joins you on the front lines, then you'll want to disable matchmaking from the menu. Missions will generally take longer by yourself than they would with a group. That's why we recommend you be selective about what operations you take on. Blitz missions play out with an exceptionally short timer and are best avoided. Reinforcements stretch much further when it's just one person using them. So as long as you are patient and deliberate, most other missions, even on higher difficulties, will generally be viable. Which stratagems to bring along is a crucial choice for solo play. Eagle airstrikes can kill weak enemies, damage armored ones, and take out the various monster spawners on the map, making it great to bring along for anyone playing solo. Combine that with the orbital precision strike for small groups, or the 500 kilogram bomb for large groups, and you will be able to take out enemies and complete any objectives without needing to stop. Also, the Guard Dog Rover is a drone that will stay near you and can melt anything that gets too close to it with its laser rifle, and can be a solid stand-in for a squad mate watching your back.
Get some! Get some!
A lone wolf Helldiver needs to be self-sufficient in the field. That means being armed with weapons that are versatile, without leaving you vulnerable during long reload periods.
Have a taste of democracy!
The SG-225 Breaker Shotgun remains a great all-around primary weapon due to its stopping power, rate of fire, and surprising range. The P19 Redeemer, meanwhile, is a strong choice as a sidearm because of how quickly it can dump an entire magazine into an enemy and reload. As tempting as a recoilless rifle may be for a support weapon, you are much better off bringing something that can fire multiple times without requiring a long reload. The autocannon works great in this role, or if you prefer to save your backpack slot for the Guard Dog Rover, the heavy machine gun or grenade launcher is useful in a pinch. The grenade launcher will also help with plugging up those extra bug holes without having to call in a supply drop just for those extra grenades. What you wear matters in Helldivers 2, particularly if you're on your own. We strongly encourage favoring light armor that lets you sprint as fast and as far as possible. Keeping ahead of ravenous bugs or finding cover from blasting bots is one of the best ways to stay alive when a fight breaks out. From there are 2 perks you should look for in your armor. Pieces that reduce the detection radius of enemies are very good for letting you avoid conflict as you complete objectives. If you fancy more fights, however, you are better off grabbing sets that offer storage for extra stims in order to keep you alive longer and save your reinforcements. As you take on harder and harder missions by yourself, stealth becomes more and more useful as a strategy. There are simply too many enemies to fight for one person sometimes. However, crouching to move around enemies or sneak up to terminals can let you bypass these fights altogether. Move behind cover to avoid being spotted and resist the urge to sprint everywhere and give your position away. Remember, an unnoticed Helldiver is a surviving Helldiver. For more tips to help you refine your freedom-spreading skills, be sure to read through our growing Helldivers 2 wiki. And for everything else video games, stick with IGN.